is the Data Doctors radio program.
All right, Brandon, for this segment, you poo-poo this thought, this idea. You just stay quiet because Spanky and I are jacked up about a program called Jaksta.
Listen, we've talked about the best ways to grab video off the web. Now we have found a new way to capture video and music from the web that blows everything else out of the water.
It takes a lot to get me pumped up about a piece of software, and this is definitely, it's captured my imagination.
Leslie B. joins us. She's from Jaksta, the company that makes this awesome software. Leslie, where did this thing come from? It is the coolest thing.
Well, first of all, I'm glad you guys are enjoying using it. We like it too. And Jaksta came out of the brain of one of our developers who's based in Australia, and he's a brilliant guy, and he's created a brilliant product.
So there is a value to eating Vegemite.
Exactly. By the way, what is Vegemite? Do you have to eat that? Is that a company policy?
No.
Okay. So Jaksta, what Jaksta does, it works in the background, and there's a Windows and Mac version, of course. That to me is one of the most important things, that it's bi-platformal. It has to go both ways for it to be useful.
Yeah, but what does it do?
It sits in the background, and what it does is when you go to a website that has video content, streaming video content, embedded video content, it automatically starts to download the video content to your computer for you. You don't have to. You could just set whether you want it to be downloaded for your iPad, your iPod, a QuickTime movie. It doesn't matter, and it will start downloading in the background. But it gets cooler.
More cooler.
And it's with music.
Well, not just with music. Well, just continuing on the video, you say, I want this for my iPad. Well, in order to get it to your iPad, you want to put it into iTunes, right? Well, you also tell it, well, just go ahead and stick it in my iTunes so that the next time I sync up my iPad, it'll just be there. So that's cool. Now, from a music standpoint, a lot of people have asked me, how do you record Pandora or whatever? And there are tools out there that allow you to record Pandora, Grooveshark, some of these other things. But you have to actually sit there and listen to the whole song and then actually record it in real time. No, not with Jaksta. You literally start to play the song and it just pops in there. And you guys have some crazy technology, Leslie, that just sucks the music down somehow, like lickety-split.
Yes, it's downloading. It is downloading. There are a couple things I want to say, though. First of all, I do love the fact that you guys are so jacked up about the program. There are a couple sites that it won't work with. You need to know. It cannot download video that is encrypted. So sites like Hulu, it doesn't work with.
Sure.
Certainly it doesn't work with Netflix or Amazon. But there's so much streaming video content out there that isn't encrypted, isn't protected, that Jaksta does a brilliant job with. And likewise with the audio sites. It does work beautifully with sites like Pandora and Grooveshark. And it does work faster than real time. Yeah,
well, what I loved about it with Pandora was I was just hitting my radio stations. It would start to play the first song from that artist, and I could click to the next one. I mean, I didn't have to listen to more than 5 or 10 seconds of the song, and boom, it's just grabbing the stuff, and it's like, I can see all kinds of possibilities for this. This is so much more efficient than all the other stuff that I've ever seen out there, and that's why we wanted to talk about it today with everybody that's out there that's listening. We've been asked a million times, how do you capture content streaming?
What's the best way to do it? The easiest way to do it? And really, until now, Jaksta is the first program I've seen that makes this process easy for anyone.
Yeah, every recommendation we gave you about streaming content and capturing it in the past, throw all of those away. Go take a look at Jaksta. Now, Leslie, Jaksta has a trial version, correct?
It does.
So anybody that's interested in seeing what we're talking about can download the trial. Now, what are the limitations to the trial?
Well, first of all, the trial version will allow you to record YouTube videos and convert them free, 100%. So it's a great way to sort of try the full functionality of the program, because not only can you download YouTube videos, but you can convert them for free in the demo mode. But the rest of the sites, it'll only work at 50%.
So if 50% of the content gets recorded and then it stops.
Exactly.
So you got to go to, but what she's talking about on the convert, I don't know if people really are catching how powerful that part of it is. When she says convert, it means like convert the content so that it is usable on your iPhone, iPod, iPad, your
actually all the popular devices are pretty much there. I mean, in Android phone, it's seamless. I mean, it's so simple. It's literally a click of a button. You set, whether or not you want it to go into iTunes for your iPad.
You know how I know that's true, Leslie?
How do you know that?
Because Spanky could actually make it work.
Yeah, thank you. I knew there was going to be a rip in there somewhere.
Okay, we gotta wrap this up. But okay, real quick, what's this cost? What's the software cost if people like it for Windows and Mac?
Well, for the Mac version, it's $49, and the Windows version is $39.
It's cheaper for us Windows people.
Yeah, but you know, and you know what? If you think about it, it is money well spent because it will save you hundreds of dollars in.
Based on the way I'm going to use it, I'm going to probably get into the millions.
Leslie, thanks so much for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm certainly happy you guys enjoyed the program. Thanks for talking to me.
All right, thanks for being on. And Brandon, you should feel like a real at this point.
So,
Yeah.
how is this legal?
That's what we wanted to know. And you know what? She gave us the whole spiel on it. This falls under the same protection as DVRs, TiVos, anything that records for personal use. Now, you cannot obviously resell, publicly share or use these things, but it is.
Do you see the smile on my face?
Yes. Hello. Do you now understand why we were so jacked up about this program?
About Jaksta?
Yeah, we're jacked about Jaksta, and those of you that don't understand, you're going to have to read between the lines. But let's just say.
I just want to say publicly.
Awesome.
I just want to say publicly, I love the fact that when Brandon poo-pooed it the other day,
whatever.
And I finally walked into Ken's office and said, look at this. And he was like, oh, come on, it's some stupid. I'm like, no, look at this. And when he looked at it, and Ken's eyes lit up, and it was like a kid at Christmas. And it was so awesome.
For those of you wondering right now, where do I find out more, and more importantly, where do I get this? One spot, the same spot you always go for all the links to all the things we talk about, datadoctors.com/radio. By the way, while you're there, you can subscribe to our weekly newsletter. You can get tips, tricks, warnings, all this good stuff, including stuff about Jaksta, right in your inbox. You go to datadoctors.com/radio, look for the newsletter box, type in your email address, and
And again, Jaksta's got a trial version, so if you've ever been in a position where you want to try to capture anything streaming, hello.
I tried it with a lot of different sites and a lot of different music services. It is pretty
It
radical.
does not work with Spotify, though, so we've already tested that. Sorry.
not with Spotify. Hey, still ahead, it's Fontastic. Ever wonder how to install or uninstall fonts?
Also, you can drive a hybrid, but what's a hybrid drive? And why do you want one?
Is the Data Doctors radio program.